Top of the fifth inning, it's 4-3 Rafters after RBI sacrifice fly from Maxwell Romero Jr. It brought home Gino Groover. Stephen Carey, Eric Bach here on MLB.com's coverage of the Arizona Fall League. New pitcher coming in for the home Salt River Rafters. It's McCade Brown, the right-handed pitcher from the Rockies organization. Spent most of the year with Fresno Grizzlies. That's the low-A affiliate of the Rockies. 1-3, 6.85 ERA, just 23 2/3 of an inning with 35 strikeouts. He's a Hoosier, went to the University of Indiana. 5 through 7 in the Mesa Solar Sox order. 24 years of age from Normal, Illinois. So Brooks Brandon, who's 1 for 1, a walk and a single, is up for a third time. He'll take down and in 1-0. Been a well-played game outside of a couple of throwing errors. Definitely a slower pace game than what we've seen the last couple of times we've watched. 1-1 outside, 2 balls and a strike. But you get to see so much premier talent, and that's certainly something that makes it all worthwhile, even with some games that maybe aren't the best played games defensively or the best pitched games, as that ball gets all the way to the backstop. You get to see players collected in one spot that you wouldn't get to see in any individual minor league.
Yeah, and the strike throwing in this game got off to a rough start for both sides, but these pitchers have honed it in a little bit better these last couple innings, and we've seen some better results for them because of that.
That's always been the case here in the Fall League. A lot of early jitters in the season. Mind you, a lot of these guys are coming back from their minor league season. And Brandon's going to hammer one down the right field line. Did he keep it fair? No, it's foul into the Salt River bullpen. But they're coming back from their minor league seasons. About a month in between their final minor league action. And then here in the Fall League, trying to get used to new pitchers, new ballparks, new teammates, new coaches. For some, it takes a little while to kick the rust off. 3-2 pitches outside. That's ball 4. So Brandon walks to first. That's the 8th walk issued by Salt River. That's a big key to Mesa's success so far on offense. And Ben Cowles comes up. He drove home a run to, at that point, tie the game at 3 back in the 3rd inning.
Mesa has had their chances on offense in this game. Last inning was the first time they were set down in order. They left 7 men on base through the first 3 innings of this game. So Salt River, as you said, 8 walks as a pitching staff. They've been wild, but they've dug their heels in with runners on base so far.
A little update on the Major League postseason. 2023 Arizona Fall League All-Star Kyle Manzardo just homered down the right field line to give the Guardians a 2-1 lead. Talk about a change of Octobers. One year you're in the Fall League, now you're in the postseason. Cowles was in the Fall League last year as well with the Yankees organization. He and Caleb Durbin were 2 of the marquee prospects that played in the Fall League in 2023. 1-2 outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. You see lots of guys that return to the Fall League. That just shows how much of an appreciation these organizations have for the fact that they can come out here, bring some of their young, intriguing prospects to continue to get more work. 2-2, Cowles is down swinging. Brown retires Ben Cowles for his first strikeout of the game, and Cole Fontenelle is up again.
Another thing to keep an eye on here, Steph, is the shadows. We're getting to the later part of the afternoon here at Salt River Fields, and the shadow from the grandstand is about to touch home plate. That's going to make the ball even more difficult to see for the hitters.
Fontenelle drives one off of Tommy Troy's glove. It trickles into right. Brandon's going to stop at second as Robinson gets to it quickly. Tommy Troy timed his jump about as well as he could and ends up being a single for Fontenelle.
Yeah, Fontenelle had no trouble seeing that first pitch. That was a rope. If Tommy Troy was 2 or 3 inches taller, maybe he would have caught that ball, but a great effort nonetheless. Probably held Brandon at second because he knocked that ball down.
Now Caden Rose is up. Drew an RBI walk in the third, a 2-inning third. And now he's going to drive one to left. That's down the line and fair. Guerrero will cut it off before it gets to the corner. Brandon rounds third and scores. They're holding up Fontenelle at third base. And Caden Rose with an RBI double ties this game up again.
Well, those leadoff walks, they come back to bite you, and Rose on the attack on a first pitch. Got the hands inside, pulled it deep down the left field line for his first double of this fall league. Off to a little bit of a rough start, 3 for his first 18, but a walk and that RBI double will bring the infield in.
For David Mershon, who is 0 for 1, a walk and a strikeout. Brown's pitch is outside, ball 1. A lot more pull side hits in this game than the one that we saw 2 nights ago. A very good offensive showing from both teams thus far. 1-0 is fouled back, 1-1.
First 2 of fall league RBIs today for Rose. Also had the bases loaded walk back in the third.
And Eric, this is your second fall league game. I think you've had enough of a sample size to really get what this league is about.
For sure.
I'm curious for you, what has been the most memorable and interesting part of getting to call these games? Is now it's 1 and 2 to Mershon.
Just being around so many different organizations, you know, and obviously it's the same way in the Texas League. The Carolina League only has 12 organizations represented, so you only see prospects from certain orgs, and it's good to dip my toe into the full pool of prospects here in Arizona and just see some different baseball. That's the part that I've appreciated the most.
1-2, and Mershon is down swinging. Great pitch. Inside, he was trying to turn on the baseball. That's the second strikeout for Brown of the inning. I think you make a great point, Eric, because a lot of people ask the question, why are there so many different organizations on one team? Wouldn't that be counterintuitive? One team's philosophy is different than the other. It's, in my mind, kind of like getting a second opinion from a doctor. As Henry Bolte takes on the outside corner. The reason I say that is sometimes you get the same message over and over and over again, and it doesn't stick, it doesn't click.
Right.
All of the managers, the coaches, the support staffers here for these teams are acting in the best interest of all the players, not just the ones that are within their own organizations, because I think everybody has a legitimate understanding when you're in the minor leagues. We don't care how you get to the major leagues. We get to know you as a person. We care that you make it to the major leagues.
Yeah, and it's just such a collaborative effort.
Bolte with a dribbler down the third base line. It'll go foul.
I think when you commit to play or coach in the fall league, there's that understanding that you're going to commit to this group of guys as opposed to just your organizational people. And it allows people's networks to grow in baseball. Such a tight-knit sport. I mean, everybody knows everybody behind the scenes.
1-2 pitch. Bolte was way late. That curveball bit on the outer edge. So Brown strikes out the side but gives up a run. We're tied again at 4. We're going to the bottom of the 5th.